Alright, hello everyone. So we are here to talk the issue about italics and quotation marks. Firstly, you need to know what is italics, so what is quotation marks, right? As you have seen, I write a sentence, why am I happy? Okay, so when I click here, this is italics. Okay, when I unclick here, this is what? This is nothing. Why? Because quotation marks is in this way. See, this is how do we add the quotation mark. Okay, so if you give me something like this, it's absolutely wrong. Okay, we cannot mix italics with quotation marks. Another important thing I would love to tell you is, no matter how many times you mention the source in your writing, for example, let's assume this is an article, assume, okay? No matter you put it here, okay, or here, okay, or here, okay, or here, it must be, okay, the same as the first time you use it, even if in your title. You see how did I do it? It is still in quotation marks. See? How did I do it? Another thing is, I included a form for you, as you have seen. So when should you use italics? What should you use? As you have seen here, if it's a book, it's a play, it's a long poem published as books. Okay, if it's pamphlets, if it's newspaper, magazine, journals, films, CD, tape, record albums, paintings, sculptures, ships, aircrafts, and spacecraft or operas, ballets, long music compositions, you have to italicize. So what does it mean? It means you need to figure out what is your source. Okay, let me take a long sample for you to have a look. The same. You need to check out what is your source, what category it is. Is it an article? If it's an article, you should what? You should just add quotation marks. Right? This is quotation marks. See? If it's an article or essay or short story, short poem, chapters of one book, okay, individual episodes of TV or radio program or songs or similar short music compositions, unpublished works, such as lectures, PPT, manuscripts, dissertation, these should be look like this. If it's a book, it should look like this. Alright, see? Let me put it here for you. You could better know what I'm talking. If, let me reemphasize, it is under the category over here, it should look like this in your, okay, whole writing. If it is under this category, it should look like this. The same, apply to the whole essay, no matter how many times you mention it. Okay. I have one example for you to have a look. As you have seen, this is a book. So the author, the writer of the paper, italicized it. See? Italicized, right? It's what? It's individual accomplishments. See? What's next? This is a Cosmos series. What is a Cosmos series? Cosmos series. Series, what does it mean? Let's go back. Series means it's periodicals. See? Let's return back to the sample. This is a book. Right? Italicize it. Alright, you see that? How did the author did italics in his essays? See? We will take some real examples for you to see how to correct some problems of italicized. This is sample number 1. Let's read the first sentence. In the journal article, okay, blah blah blah, by Nancy, okay, published at the journal magazine, blah blah blah, focused. Okay, this is a introduction or summary of the source. Do you think it's okay? Tell me, do you think it's okay? I think it's absolutely not okay. Why? Because when you apply to the form here, you will realize, okay, an article should be italic, should be adding the quotation marks. See? What about the journal magazine? It's a magazine or journal. It should be italicized. How to? Delete the quotation marks, then italicize it in this way. Then that's correct. If we go on, is this one correct? Yeah, why? Because it's an article. See? But we need to write in this way. And italicize it. Why? Because it's a magazine, it's a journal. Okay, why do we need to do this? Because we learned that if you use the subsource, okay, from something, right, in annotated bibliography, we need to write in this way. It's actually the same as this one. See? If you have a subsource, what is the subsource? For example, you picked up one chapter from one book. You picked up one poem from a book. You picked up an article from a magazine or newspaper or whatever. You have to write it out. How did I correct it? Did you see? All right, let's go on. This one, it's okay. Okay, it's correct because it is a report which should be adding quotation marks. What about this? Okay, it also make the error which mentioned here. So how do we do it? Business Insider, it's a magazine. See, it should be italicized. Okay. See? Pick up a subsource from the source. You need to write both out. Let's go on. Okay, this one is correct. What about this one? Do you think this one is correct? No. Why? It's an article, seriously. Okay, it's an article. At what? At the New York Times. It's a newspaper. See? Subsource. Okay, source. Okay, let's go on. What about this one? This one also wrong. Why? Article is article. See? What's correct? It is a journal. Right? Or we say journals. See? What about this? This is also incorrect. Why? It's an article. The Huffington Post is obviously a magazine, right? See, this is correct. Let's go on. Okay, we do not have any more. I will show you another 2 samples, but in this one, I would love to tell you, okay, journal article, it is article. Okay, journals should be italicized. So, journal article means we should add quotation marks. This is different. So that means what? That means, okay, let's refer back to our sample. Let's search. See? Journal article is an article. Okay? So that's why we add the quotation marks. Here also should not be italics. What is journals? For example, this is a journal. Journals is journals. Journals means it's something like a book. Okay. Journal article means it's one article from the book. So that's why, right, article should adding the quotation marks, while the book should not add the quotation marks. See? How did I do it? Let's go on. About the sample 2. Let's read the title. Learning to read and write. We need to categorize it. Is it from this category or this category? How to do it? We drag our mouse until the end. Alright, seems it's what? Yes, it's an article, so it means this is correct. What I wanted to tell you in this sample is, let's assume, okay, if it's a book, then it should be italics. See? Okay, however, if it's an article, yeah, we just add the quotation marks. Okay, many people, they forgot to italics it when it's a book in their title. Okay, so this is what I wish to tell you. Topic. In the topic, you also may need to do in this way, or you may need to do in this way. See? This is the purpose that I take out the sample for you. Let's have a look at the third one. All right. At the third one problem of it is, what's the source? What's the source? The source is, it's a book. It's not article, so we have to delete quotation marks and italics it. And moreover, in the chapter 6, let's assume the chapter 6 is we are better. Okay, then you need to add quotation marks, and because it's a chapter, so we do not need to italics it. See? This is wrong, right? Why? Because we need to italics it while deleting the quotation marks. See? The same, if you are going to mention chapter's name, you do not need to italics, while you need to add the quotation marks. That's 3 samples for you to better know how to use italics, especially in your annotated bibliography or in your long essays. No matter what is it, firstly, check the category and choose to italics it or add quotation marks for it in your whole writing from the beginning until the end, even until the works cited page, okay? That's all. Thank you.